All right, let's talk about adding yet another agent to our operations for log. This time around, let's talk about how to configure and install Fluent, right? So as you can see, by clicking here, it'll tell you the instructions of what you need to do. With that being said, there are a few steps that it doesn't show as well. So let me show you here, right? So first things first, let's jump onto a box, right? So here I'm sitting on an Ubuntu 22.04, right? So what I've done is I've created an install script, right? This install script says, oh, by the way, I need to install Ruby. I need to install Build Essentials because it's essential for that for Fluentd to be installed, and then we install the plugin on top of that. All right. So here's what I'll do, right? So same as the instructions above, right? Now, because Ruby is installed, now we have access to gem, which we will now install Fluentd, right? Okay, so Fluentd is installed, so why not install the Fluentd plugin for login site? All right, so that's installed. So the next thing we need to do is create a Fluentd config file and adding these parameters in. As you can see, I've already created that file. The only slight difference, of course, is the path that I'm using is var log star log. I use a log post file that I create, right? And then, of course, I point to my server. So what we need to do here is we need to do a, let's touch. Right, so we need to touch that. Next, we need to create an etc fluent directory. We then copy our Fluent file into Fluent directory, right? So the last thing we need to do now, before we do that, let's take a quick look back into our Explore log. As you can see, it's completely empty, right? So now, if I were to run Fluentd, you will see that it's actually starting to go through, right? You see info, you see warning, but you don't see any errors. So if we look here, now we look, as you can see, some of our data are starting to come in already. And that's how you configure Fluentd to talk to operations for log.